Good morning and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report. I'm Rachel Vogel here with head softball coach Jay Miller, following a huge week for the Pride, 4-0 at the St. John's Invitational with 2 wins over Wagner and 1 over St. John's and 1 over Holy Cross. Coach, it's been a real exciting week for your program. Talk about it a little bit.
I thought we've been making progress each and every week really since the beginning of the season, and I thought we had an outstanding week both offensively, defensively, on the mound. Pitchers did a great job. Overall we're starting to put it together a little bit, and which is a good time getting ready for conference play here.
Right, and you mentioned a good time for conference play. How have you seen the intensity level change throughout the season for your team, both mentally, physically? There's got to be some sort of, going up a hill now. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I think everybody's excited for conference play to start. I think, everybody's getting a little bit more comfortable. The freshmen are settling in and getting their legs under them a little bit and realizing what it takes to compete at this level. Our lineup's getting a little bit more solidified as we get in the middle of the season here. So all those things I think can contribute to playing a little bit better together and being a little more successful as well.
So we had 2 pretty big standouts this week in Casey Collins and Kristen Hallam, both the player and rookie of the week in the CAA. Casey Collins, she led the team hitting .571 this week, 4 RBIs. She was definitely an impact on the base paths as well. Talk a little bit about Casey and how she stepped up in the last couple weeks.
Well, she's done a great job in terms of, we've sort of been alternating between Kristen and Casey at the top of our lineup, first or second, and they sort of been bouncing back and forth there. And both of them have done an outstanding job getting on base, making things happen, stealing bases, and scoring runs. Those are sort of our table setters that we need to get on and create some offense for us. They've been doing an outstanding job.
Definitely. So you mentioned, they're scoring runs, kind of switching off in the top spot of the lineup. But Kristen Hallam has really been a major run producer for the Pride. She had 6 runs scored this weekend, and what does it mean to have that kind of leader on the base paths for Kristen?
Well, offensively, you have to have somebody get your team started, and she's done a great job for our ball club in terms of setting the tone, getting on base, stealing bases, and just generating some runs for us. So that's a key in terms of keeping the momentum on your side offensively, and giving your pitchers a little cushion to work with.
And you mentioned that they're the table setters for the team. Hofstra is 10-3 this season when scoring first. A lot of that has to do with that top part of the lineup, but a lot of it also has to do with the middle and the bottom part of the lineup. How important is it to you that you can trust the bottom of your lineup to finish the job when Kristen and Casey will get on?
Well, you have to have people driving runs. Getting on is one thing, driving them in is another thing.
Yeah.
And I think that obviously Courtney Scarpato, Megan Giordano have done a great job all year, but I've really been pleased with that bottom half of our lineup. Angelina Ippolito, J.C. Roberti, Devin Lasco, struggled really early in the season, and all have really come on and done a great job lately. They all had great weekends offensively this past weekend that really gave us an opportunity to generate some more offense.
And you mentioned, the whole lineup just made an impact. It wasn't just the beginning half. You hit .439 as a team this weekend, and not many players hit below .400. And then you had a season-high 22 hits against Wagner. What game was that kind of like, and how much fun was it for your team?
Well, I would have liked to have it over a little bit earlier, and we had 22 hits, but we didn't have a lot of runs. Good that everybody got an opportunity to generate, get some at bats and get some hits, and hitting's contagious. So when a couple people start to hit, everybody tends to join in.
Absolutely. So turning your thoughts into conference action, as I mentioned, you do have a non-conference game tomorrow against LA Brooklyn, but Charleston this weekend. What would you like to see out of your team, or what would you like to continue to see out of your team?
Well, we want to keep winning ball games. I mean, that's the goal, and for us to have success in the conference, you have to go out each and every weekend and compete. So I want to see us do that, compete at a high level, continue to do the things that we have been doing, and the wins will take care of themselves if you do that.
And one more thing, finally, just talk about your pitching. Maddie Burns, she's kind of been on a tear lately. So is Mackenzie Sudo. 1.50 ERA as a staff this past weekend. How have they come around a little bit?
Well, again, as freshmen, they got shell shocked those first couple weekends, and I think that they're starting to find their legs a little bit to see what's working and what's going to be successful for them. Devin Lasco is a big part of that behind the plate. She calls a great game and really works with our pitchers to get the best out of them. And both Maddie and Kenzie have done a great job the last few weeks, especially giving us an opportunity to win. And that's what you ask for your pitching staff, is give us an opportunity to keep us in the ball game, give us a chance to win offensively for you. And they've been able to do that here, especially in the last couple of weeks.
Definitely, Coach. Well, we're looking forward to the next stretch. So the Pride is back in action tomorrow. Should be a nice day at Bill Edwards Stadium, weather-wise, I think. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock p.m. against LAU Brooklyn, and then makes the trek south, down to Charleston, back south, back on the road, Coach. 12 p.m. doubleheader Saturday and 12 p.m. single game Sunday. Coach, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks much.